Women currently make up a much smaller share of bike trips than men, and we know they consider risk differently as well. Like the canaries in the coal mine, if we entice women onto bikes for short local trips, it will be because we've got the infrastructure and the planning right. I went on a short bike ride with Kate and her son Jay in Canberra to look at what works for her, and separation from motor vehicle traffic wins every time. Whether completely separated, like this route in North Canberra through a green corridor, or on an urban road with physical separation, that separation means Kate will ride there with her son. But if they are forced back onto a road with cars, they will choose the footpath instead. This can be less than optimal for pedestrians, especially those who are more vulnerable. Of course, what we are most familiar with are lanes painted on main roads. Kate won't let her son ride here. He's riding alongside us on the footpath next to the road. Sometimes a good lane simply finishes and navigation is required through areas that can be congested with pedestrians and may contain hazards for riders like these steel chairs which are nearly invisible at night. Having appropriate separated infrastructure is no good if the intersections along the way place the rider or pedestrian in danger. Intersections are where most accidents happen. Crossings and slip lanes can all be dangerous. Raised wombat crossings reduce vehicle approach speeds. Slip lanes are high-risk crossings. Drivers tend to approach watching for cars coming from the right. Time and time again, cyclists and peds are not seen by drivers who are looking the other way. The design can be improved to slow drivers down on approach and refocus their attention on people on the crossing. Compliance with crossing signals is often a problem when it takes so long or is complicated by multiple phases. This principal path crossing of 6 traffic lanes, 2 light rail lines and a large landscape median takes 3 separate light phases to cross. The adoption of low-speed zones where cars, bikes and peds mix can be safe. Here, raised crossing areas, paint and extended planter boxes are used in this mixed zone. It works well. Encouraging people to ride for short trips requires good directions and wayfinding. Here, principal routes are marked clearly on ground and maps, and directional signs are visible at key points. But I'll leave the last word to Kate to explain what is important for her. Kate, you've just taken me all around your local area. You're a mum of an 11-year-old, but there are some parts where you wouldn't let him ride on the road.
So I think the most important factor for me in determining what is safe and what is not safe is car traffic. And so, are we protected from cars? Is the route that I'm taking going to adequately protect us, either because it's off-road or because there's some good infrastructure protecting us directly from the traffic? And as a mum, I'm not going to choose a route that will put my child in danger. It's really important for kids to have the independence to travel to school on their own once they grow up a little bit, and my son's 11 and he does ride to school on his own or with a friend, and he can do that safely in the suburbs where traffic moves very slowly, speed limits are lowered, there is good infrastructure in terms of paths, safe crossings, signalised pedestrian crossings.
Thanks very much for your trip, Kate.
You're so welcome. Thanks for coming on the Magical Mystery Tour.